The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge. Thanks so much for being here. I absolutely love being here with you folks, and it is Fantastic Friday. Hard to believe how fast time flies, and you absolutely should be off to a great start of your day and hopefully a incredible, outrageous, just extraordinary weekend, folks, because everything that you do in your life should be extraordinary. If you want to live an extraordinary life, which I've got to imagine that you do, and if you want to be able to live a life of meaning, how about something like a life of joy and happiness, folks? All you've got to do is find some passion. That's easy to do. Because when you can find some passion, folks, you can absolutely do anything. You can conquer all the negativity in your life. And, folks, you can decide to do it right now, no matter what it is that's going on in your life. If you're living a great life, you can live an even better life, folks. So it is Fantastic Friday. Thanks for joining us. If you're listening to us on the radio, we absolutely appreciate you doing that as well. You can watch us live on TigerTV. All you have to do is go to the homepage at tfnn.com. Click on the TigerTV button, and you'll be able to see this show live. You'll be able to see my screens. Maybe you'll see my favorite place on the entire planet. And I have traveled the world, folks. I've traveled on Delta Airlines alone 2.5+ million miles. So I haven't seen it all, but I have seen a lot. Been to nearly every country out there, and it is a beautiful world that we live in. Thanks so much for being here. If we take a little tour around the world right now, you're going to see we've got the Dow futures up about 24. You've got the S&P futures up 4.5. They're trading out at 1401.25. You've got the NASDAQ futures up 13. You've got the Russell futures up. As we take a little quick tour around Europe, they downgraded Spain last night. When I say they, the S&P. And that certainly had an impact on the markets. It had an impact on the markets till about 3:30 this morning. When the bulls came out, they got up. I guess it was they were coming to work in England and London. When you take a look at the currency markets, they pretty much are coming online between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. You can learn a lot by getting up early if you want to be the early bird that catches the worm, by taking a look at the currency markets to see what is going on out there. But I can tell you the bulls stepped back in again. They did that between 3 and 3:30. We'll show you that on the charts here on the ES Mini. But if we go over to Europe, you got the DAX trading up 69 points right now. That's pretty close to its session highs. You've got the FTSE up 35 points. Over in Asia last night, they didn't tend to do so well. They finished off. They're going to have a negative week. I don't think we're going to have a negative week here. In fact, yesterday you had the Dow up 113 points, but over in Asia you had the Nikkei down 40 points last night. Now, that's after the Japanese finance ministers came out and said they're going to print a heck of a lot more money. So much so, I don't even know what the size of that was. Trillions of dollars, something like that. They're going to go out and print. In fact, I am sure they're going to have to call HP and get some more printers out there. And you've got the Shanghai. The Shanghai was trading off about 8 points. You had the Hang Seng down 68 points. King dollar right now is down 17 ticks, and they're trying to push the euro up. Yes, everybody wants to buy euros and push King dollar down. 877-927-6648. And we've got a slew of earnings that are out there. There is absolutely non-stop information coming at us. We're going to experience that all day today. Following this show here, you've got Tom and I doing the Money Masters. And then as we do on Fridays, we go up to the East Coast. We go up to the Boston area, where we will be with Basil Chapman from 11 to 12. And then we come all the way back down here to Clearwater, and we get healthy. So today's about wealth, and it's about health. And so we do that with Nico DeHaan from 12 to 1. Then from 3 to 4, you've got the warm-up band for David White. Well, I call him David O'Brien. David White, the warm-up band for Tom O'Brien. Now, let's get right to the markets here. And yes, Basil's coming from Newton, Mass., not Boston, of course. So let's take a look at what it is that we have. I said this morning here that you had let's take a look at the actual sell-off that we had last night. So at about 5 o'clock or 4:30, I don't know, it was sometime between 4:30 and 5, you had the S&P release the information that they were going to go ahead and downgrade Spain. Now, The first real, when we were on the show yesterday, we were on the show in the morning, we were showing the 1 to 2, A to B equals CD that was present in the marketplace. And that was right in this time frame right here. And what we saw was, as the high was made at 4 a.m., and the market started to pull back. Now, when you do a 1 to 2, A to B equals C to D, you're going to absolutely take a breath. You're going to pull back. It's a little bit of a... when you do a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD, folks, what you're looking at is a little bit of a marathon. Thank you. Thank you out there. Appreciate you helping me. And so when you do a marathon, you're going to take a little bit of rest. That's exactly what the market did. But as it was making that rest, it really gave us no bullish sign on the way down. Now, what happened was, actually, while we were just coming on the air at 9 a.m., it made another one of Steve's hammer candles, and you want to be able to understand those hammer candles. It is actually the fourth hammer candle that has been made out here on this move, and you want to pay attention to the hammer candles right now on the 30-minute chart. It all started as the market was making its lows coming into the 10 o'clock time frame on April the 23rd. You've got that hammer candle. You had some follow-through because you had a close above the open. You had a close above the close of the prior candle. You then had another hammer candle, came in right here. Hopefully you're watching this to TigerTV, 9 a.m. sharp. How about that? On April the 26th, you got confirmation. You got real confirmation on that hammer candle because you also had a bullish engulfing. My two favorite bullish candles to be paying attention to. And then you had another one, as I say, came in yesterday, 9 o'clock in the morning. You had confirmation on that hammer as well. You had the ES Mini travel all the way, got up to a high coming into that 5 o'clock time frame. But you got a little bit of a signal that you were potentially going to see a little bit of a pullback. What was that? That's that bearish engulfing candle that I'm trying to teach you. Those bearish engulfing candles, folks, they will come up at highs. You had one come in right here at the 4 o'clock time frame. You did not have follow-through from 4 to 4:15, but you did have the market. You did have the release of information, that Spain was going to go ahead and be downgraded. And what really should have happened there, as you came off of those highs, you really should have been able to have completed an A to B equals C to D, at least a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D. Your A point on this, folks, would have been at the high at during that 5 p.m. session, which was $13.99 even Steven. And it made a low coming down into the, looks like 6:30 time frame where it got down to a low of $13.89 and a quarter. Bounced back up into the, let me try to get my time frames here, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, got up to a high of $13.93.75. Well, folks, just a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D would have taken you down into this $13.83 range, would have taken you down into the hammer at 9 o'clock. I absolutely expected that. Was so surprised when I got up this morning to see that what you did at 3:30 in the morning, because I wasn't up, I was watching some of those hockey games. Did you guys catch those 2 Game 7s that are out there? In fact, congratulations have to go out to the Rangers and the New Jersey Devils. The Rangers, they on home ice, they gave up the first goal, but they came back strong. They put the next 2 in the net. They won the game 2-1 over the Ottawa Senators. I believe we'd have to check with the Rick, but I don't believe there are any Canadian teams left in the Stanley Cup, and we're only going through the first round here. So go long, America. Now, you also had the New Jersey Devils. Now, that game, no way I could have stayed up to watch that. That went into double overtime. Double overtime. Usually these games, when they go to overtime, what you'll find, and there's a pattern to it, folks, they're either going to be over in the first 3 or 4 minutes, or you're going to see overtime after overtime after overtime. Looks like somebody pooped out. I didn't even see the winning goal. I'll check that out sometime later today on SportsCenter as I watch the other games this evening or over the weekend. But you did have the New Jersey Devils beat my Florida team down here, so there's nobody from Florida, nobody from Detroit. But I still love NHL Stanley Cup playoff hockey. But I was surprised when I got up to see that the market, the ES Mini, couldn't even make a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD down. Absolutely should have made, actually, folks, more than a 1-to-1. Why? Because you always want to measure, and you want to take your Fibonacci ruler from your A point to your B point, and what you're looking for, normally you're going to see a normal move as a 0.618 retracement. What you'll see here in this case, maybe it looks like it wasn't even a 50% retracement. When you do less than a 0.618, your chances of doing like a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C to D, pretty significant. And it couldn't do it. And what happened was, And I don't know who came in. I just know it was the bulls. The bulls came. That's why we take a look at candles. That's why you want to understand hammer candles, folks. Well, at 3:30 a.m., going into 3:30, you made your fourth hammer candle. And then you had follow-through during that next session till 4 a.m. The market now trading out at 1401.25. That's on the ES Mini. If we just simply take a look at the daily, let's go to, because when you're trading a 30-minute, you need to look at the 60. You need to take a look at the 120. Certainly you want to understand what's going on the daily chart as well, because it might tell you that you're running into some resistance. Now, this is the NQ. We'll come back to the NASDAQ futures. But let's first go finish this off. We're going to take a look at the ES Mini. We're going to take a look at the daily. We're looking at the continuous contract. Now, what you can see right now is it's up against what should be a resistance area. Why? Because it's that third floor in the Fibonacci retracement series, number 6786. So you've now made a 786 retracement off of the highs from April the 2nd, folks. But I think the bulls are in charge here right now, folks. 877-927-6648. We get back, we'll go take a look at all those earnings that have been released overnight and early this morning. We'll be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. It is Fabulous Friday. Let's go take a look at some of these earnings reports that have been released, especially how these stocks are trading. So let's take a look at some of the bigger names first, and we'll see what's really popping, what's really dropping. So on the bigger names, how about IMAX Corp, IMAX? They are trading down just slightly, down about 0.6%. They closed out at $24.65 last night. Their last trade just fired off at $24.50. No great shakes there. You've got Deckers, DECK. They're down 18% in the pre-market. They closed out at $69.46 last night. They are trading out. Last trade just fired off at $56.97. You've got Maxwell Technologies, MXWL. They're down about 17% right now. Traded out, closed out at $15.80 last night. Last trades firing off at $13 even. Coinstar, CSTR. They're down about little under 4%. They closed at $67.51. Their last trade just fired off at $65.02. Moments ago, you have KLAK, KLA 10 Core, KLAK. I'll get it right here. That's the ticker symbol on it. They're down about 2.75%. They closed at $55.11. KLAK is trading out at $53.60. You've got Procter & Gamble, PG, the ticker symbol. They're down about 2.4%. They closed at $66.87. They just traded out at $65.30. Gilead Science. Gilead up about 0.15%. So not moving. GILD. Used to trade that a lot. GILD, they closed out at $52.72. They are at $52.80 at the moment. Chevron, CVX. CVX is flat. They closed at $106.20. They just traded out at $106.18. So no movement there on Chevron. Let's see, what did they do? They did $6.5 billion versus $6.2 billion in revenues. No, that's income. Gotta love that. $6 billion in net income. Oh, yes, that is a business. FLIR, F-L-I-R Systems, they're basically flat. $22.52 was their close. They just closed at $23.50. I take that back. It's a little bit better than flat. How about that? $23.50. Okay, they closed at $23.52. They just traded at $23.50. Now let's go take a look at what's really popping percentage-wise, what's really dropping. Let's take a look at what is popping, since most of those were dropping on the bigger names. How about Expedia, XPE? They closed out at $32.63. Their last trade here, folks, just fired off at $39.32. They're absolutely going to pop. We'll take a look at that after the market opens. Well, maybe we'll take a look at it beforehand. You've got Amazon, AMZN, that ticker symbol. They're up 17%. Closed out at $195, trading out at $229 right now. You've got Abixis, ABAXIS. That's their name. You pronounce it. How about their ticker symbol, ABAX? They're up 8.9%. Closed out at $29.82. Their last trade looks like, I can't even read it. Looks like it's somewhere around $32.48 or so. You've got OIS, Oil States International. OIS is the ticker symbol. They're up 6.7%. $73.81 was their close. They're out at $78 right now. SAIA Inc., SAIA, big freight carrier, portal carrier. They closed out at $16.75. They're up 6.6%. They traded out, last trade fired off at, Looks like 1786, although somebody got a $16.75 trade. You've got C.E. Franklin, CFK. They're up 2% right now. Closed out at 873. They just traded out at 893. AEM, Agnico Eagle. They are trading up 6.7% this morning. 35.84 was their close. They just traded out at 38.25. You've got Pilgrim's Pride, PPC, Pilgrim's Pride Corporation. They are also up in the pre-market, up 5%. You've got VCA Antec, Superior Energy, Goodyear Tire. Let's see, they're up 3% this morning. And Goodyear Tire, they traded out last at 12:30. They closed at 11:39. Let's see what's going on in the tire business. Does that mean we are selling more cars? Must be, or we're certainly using more rubber. Let's see, slips to Q1 loss on charges. Okay, so let's see, what do they have here? Net sales $5.5 billion versus $5.4. But they are trading up this morning. Newell Rubbermaid, they are also up 3%. Newmont Mining, NEM, they're up. Let's go take a look at what's really dropping here. Got carried away in what was popping. Maxwell leading the charge on the way down percentage-wise. Then Decker, Digi International, DGII, they're up 15% this morning. Callaway Golf, how could that possibly be? ELY, that's the ticker symbol. Are you guys not golfing or buying enough golf clubs? They're down about 14% this morning. Western Digital, WDC, they're down as well. We get back, folks. We'll go see how these markets are going to pop, whether they're going to drop. Thanks for being here. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when temporary market spikes move against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the advantage of keeping your trades open even when the market temporarily spikes against you. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique short-term binary options that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. You got the Dow out of the gate up 35 points. You've got the S&Ps up 4.5, composite up almost 10 points. The small caps, they're struggling to get out of the gate. They're like Secretariat right now in the back of the pack, just kind of jogging along. They're up only a half a point. You got Microsoft up 2 ticks. You've got Intel flat. You've got Google up 24 cents. How about Apple? Apple's struggling. They're down $3 right now. Let's see what's popping and what is dropping. You got Amazon, amazing Amazon. They're up $28 and change right now. That's up 14%. Priceline also off to the races. They're up almost $23. That's 3%. Jazz, Jazz. I love Jazz. Jazz Pharmaceuticals, they're up 18%. That's up $8 and change. Expedia, $7 and change up. You've got Ariba, R-A-R-B-A. They're up 9.4%. Cerner, C-E-R-N. It's easier. They are up 3% or so. AEM up having a nice morning right now. They're up $2.56. You've got Warner, WCRX. They're up as well. TripAdvisor, TRIP. They're up $1. Everything on my top 15 is up $1 or more. Let's see, on the downside, dollar-wise, leading on the downside, you've got Decker Outdoor. They're down $14 and change. That's off 20%. You've got Allscripts, MDRX, the ticker symbol. They're down 40%. Yikes. That fell out of bed. We're absolutely going to take a look at that. What did they do here? What did they do? Allscripts. Let's see here. Just a downgrade alert. Downgrade alert. There we go. Let's see. What's this here? Q1 profit down. Cuts fiscal 12 forecast. I'll bet you we're gonna see that. In fact, let's go just take a look at it now. Let's not hold off here. Let me just wipe this area here clean. Let's close all these up, and let's go take a look at our first chart here, which is going to be MDRX is the ticker symbol. MDRX, and let's see if by any chance that has gapped down into a volume area. Now, folks, you went to sleep last night if you were owning this, and it closed at $15 and $16.02. Trade at $9.52 right now with volume. Oh, holy cow, look at that volume spike. Only been trading for 7 minutes, and you've already done 23 million shares. That is getting dumped. Now let's go take this back to a weekly chart here. It's going to be easier to see where the volume bar is. Well, let's see if there is some volume here. Oh, look at that. So when we take a look at the volume bars out here, you got these two big weekly volume bars, it was trading yesterday just below that area. See if there's any other signals. Where this thing is trading to, Wow. It's going all the way back to its lows. Going all the way back to its lows, folks. That says that this thing is going to get all the way back into the $4 area, traded at $9.45 right now, just on ABCs alone. Let's take a look at the most conservative ABCD pattern that might be out here. This is this stock is absolutely getting hammered. MDRX, that's the ticker symbol. And look at this thing. This thing is absolutely headed south, and headed south fast in a big way. Let me just go ahead and save this workspace so that as we put up some new charts, we can go right to it. Okay, let's keep going and taking a look at around the world. I want to go ahead and let's take a look at what's going on. Well, let's take a look at King Dollar. Let's see what the King is doing up in Memphis, Tennessee. Right now, you got King Dollar trading out at 78.82. Absolutely has pressure on it. And we take a look at King Dollar. What King Dollar is actually doing, it's going against two bullish golfing and candles. So where it closes today is really key. The bearish engulfing candle that has been toying with here, which is the candle from April the 3rd, it's been toying with it for almost 2 weeks now. Going back, the first time that it was toyed with was on April the 12th. What is today? April 27th. So that certainly is 2 weeks worth of trading sessions. And the low on that candle happens to be 78.79. You're trading at 78.82. You did get down below it, but you have not rejected it yet. The day is still long. What it's also going against, which I noticed early this morning, it's going against the other bullish engulfing candle all the way down on the February 29th time frame. Now, the high on that is actually 78.93. You're trading inside that right now. If you are bearish, you want to see both of these areas tested and rejected today. If you get a close inside the 78.93, and you're down there right now, you get a close below 78.93, what this is really doing, this is setting up an A to B equals CD down. That A to B equals CD down, now there's two of them out there that are a possibility. Let me just clean up this screen here just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these lines. It'll be a little bit easier for you to follow along on Tiger TV. Now, what you can see here, folks, is you can see a Gartley sell pattern, a 0.786 Gartley sell pattern. Now, let's take a look at the largest possible ABC, and that's if you get that close inside that candle today. So the largest one that would be out there is the one that would start all the way up here, going back to January 13th, and down to a low on the 29th, David White's birthday. And you take that all the way up to where you had the Gartley sell, that would say you're going down in the $77 range. That's the ultimate outcome of a Gartley pattern when you are inside a Gartley pattern. You want to take a look at some profit off the table when you get down to sweet 618, or at least let the market take you out by moving your stop either up or down, depending on whether it's a Gartley buy or a Gartley sell. But your ultimate extension on any Gartley program is the new A to B equals C to D that it sets up. Now, that's on the larger one. The smaller A to B equals CD that's out there is the one that actually started at the Gartley sell, which was back on March the 15th. Your high there, 81.16. The low that was put in is that bullish engulfing candle that it's dealing with this morning. That's at April 3rd area. And then again, the high, looks like the high either April 6th or April 5th, either one. And what you'll see there, and that's the more logical one to me, that is the A to B equals C to D that I believe we're taking a look at. It would take you right down into the bottom of this upper trend line here that the dollar has been in for quite some time. So it would make sense to me that that's where it would want to go. You can see it's been tackling this midpoint line. Maybe you can't see it that well, but there is this little red dotted line going across the center here. You know, that is quite frankly where you had the C point. So that would take you folks into the 78.01 area. That makes a lot of sense because the low of that February 29th candle is 78.12. So again, what you're looking for, just to be really clear, you're looking, whether you're bullish or bearish, this is important for you because there's a piece of information that's absolutely going to be released to you. If you are bullish, what you want to see is a close below 78.93. You're trading at 78.83. If you are bearish, you want to see that area get rejected, a close above 78.93, but more importantly, you want to see a close above the low of that April 3rd area, which would be 78.79. That is on King Dollar. Well, what's going on over in Europe with the Queen? You know, that has been up, down, and right now up towards it's not really towards the top of its range, but with the Spain downgrade, you would have thought they would have been selling the heck out of the euro. And, you know, maybe intraday they're starting to sell it now, but that thing has been as low as 1.31565. You're trading out right now 132,481. If we go take a look at what else is going on around the world, why don't we start off in Germany? We're taking a look at the DAX here, and the DAX is trying to get back inside its uptrend channel. So you can see right now that is where the tug of war is. That is where the line has been drawn in the sand. You'll get a lot more information released to you coming into the 11:30 time frame during Basil's show. Maybe he'll be able to pick up on that and see where the DAX is trading, but it's trying to get inside its uptrend channel. And the question is, was this, may not be, but was this just simply a head fake to the downside? Was this a false break to the downside on the DAX? It's going to be important to want to watch what is going on inside the DAX. If we take a look at what else is going on around the world, let's go look at the FTSE, see what the FTSE over in the UK is doing right now. The FTSE trying to get back inside its breakout area, which happened to be February 3rd. February 3rd is an important area that you should have notated on our charts. You can see right now the FTSE has gotten up there. It has failed, meaning just simply that the low on that candle, folks, is 57.8423. You did get up over it earlier this morning. You got up to a high of 57.8899. You're trading now at 57.74. Won't know if it's a failure or not until we get into the 11:30 time frame there. But what you can see is this is starting to, well, I don't think you can see anything other than the mere fact that it's taken on that February 3rd area. If we go take a look at, let's go take a look at the Nikkei, see what's going on over in the Nikkei. Again, the Nikkei trying to pull back. It is inside their downtrend range. Channel, I should say, which was hit the top of that. This is a weekly chart we're looking at. Hit the top of that March 30th. And then what you have seen since then has been a pullback. They closed out at 95.20. That is on the Nikkei. I think we're going to see the Nikkei pull back a bit. And, if we take a look at the currency market, because they did talk about flooding the market with currency, and you would expect to see a weaker yen out there. And when we take a look at the yen, we do not see that at all. In fact, let's take a look at you're seeing the yen strengthen versus the yen get weak out here. The yen right now, it's going after what looked like it was going to be the C point of an ABC up. And so you can see the yen now trading at the low of its session down at $80.42. The low of that C point happens to be $80.28. So this chart here may have to be redrawn. I expected to see the yen catapult from where it closed yesterday, and it has done just the opposite. That's why we just simply pay attention to charts and not to the news, because we expected, certainly, let's go take a look at the ES Mini, see what it's doing. I expected the ES Mini to, with the Spain downgrade, to truly sell off. Right now, we are seeing, as it made that 0.786 retracement, we are seeing it sell off a bit. Looks like you do have a bearish engulfing, and it's a good-sized bearish engulfing candle. Let me make sure, because you closed out the 9:30 session at 1400.75. You opened at 1400.75, so you've got a nice little bearish engulfing candle going on right here. Got 14 minutes left in the trading session to see what it does, but we'll certainly know as we come back on the air for the Money Masters show what signs now. When you have a bearish engulfing candle, you're looking really for that next candle to get confirmation as to whether or not price wants to travel lower. Let's go take a look at what's going on in the ETF world. Let's pull up the ETFs, see if there's anything out there volume-wise giving us an indication. So what we do have up here, let me change all these charts here over to 5-minute charts just so we have some consistency out here. And so we're going to put the SPY. That's on a 30-minute chart. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart here on the SPYs. And we're going to take a look at the volume. Okay, so we've got them all on 5-minute charts. Let's go look at the small caps first. Small caps pop up this morning. They opened up at, and we're talking small caps, we're talking the IWM folks. They opened up at 81.79, traded down ever since then. It's traded out at 81.40 right now. When it popped up this morning, the volume on the pop up there, not too significant, 600,000 shares. You can see you do have some volume picking up to the downside. You've done 1.3 million shares in this last 5-minute session, and you've got, it looks like, a couple of minutes to go, maybe 2.5 minutes to go. So you do see some volume. What is that volume coming against here? Well, volume-wise, that would say that your next piece of information on the small caps is going to be as the IWM gets into the close session from April the 25th. That's the last time that you've got any significant volume on a 5-minute chart. That was 2.1 million shares. The high on that is 8107, the low of 8099, 8107. So it looks like that is where the small caps are headed to at the moment. Let's go take a look at the diamonds. Let's go see what they are doing with the Dow this morning. The Dow opens up here, the first 5-minute session, does it with 80,000 shares, gets up to a price point, opened up at $80.99, got up to a high of 80. What am I talking? 80. That was volume. Opens up at 132.09. Sorry about that, folks. Opens up at 132.09, gets up to 132.17. Does that with 80,000 shares. There's my 80. And so far, not really a whole lot of, showing more strength for sure than the small caps are. That is in the Dow Diamonds. So nothing significant there in the 5-minute charts for us to take a look at. So let's go take a look at the SPYs next, SPY, and let's see what they're doing. Similar looking chart here right now to the small caps. Opened up at the 140.60 level. That was the high of that first 5-minute trading session. Moving down, but unlike the small caps, you do not see any kind of volume spike, at least no volume spike as of yet. And what the small caps are doing is they're coming into the close from yesterday at 4 p.m., where you had 6.4 million shares. Let's go to Don in New Hampshire. Don, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Steve.
Don, how are you today?
Yeah, it's John.
John, I apologize for that.
No, that's all right. I'm looking at a stock, Nancy Quiz, NQ.
NQ, that's the actual ticker symbol, huh? How about that? All right, give me a second here to get over to my clean charts. John, could you hold on for a minute? We can go take a look at NQ when we get back from this break. Folks, stay with us. You got the Dow up 10, S&Ps are flat, Composite off 1, Apple off $5 this morning. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we waited at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. We're on the line with John in New Hampshire, and we're taking a look at ticker symbol NQ, Netquin Mobile Inc. They're a China company. What they do is they provide security and productivity in the People's Republic of China when it comes to mobile internet services. So tell me what you're doing here, John, and how I can help you.
Well, I bought it and had a nice run and sold it, but in looking at the fundamentals of the company,
okay,
I probably would have kept it. So the question is, like anything else, you're trying to think about getting back in, and of course,
okay,
looking at trying to interpret a chart here.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things is we take a look at the chart. Are you watching us on TigerTV by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So one of the things that you'll notice, looks like it was an IPO, came out in May 2011. Price high up there was $11.90, traded all the way down to a low of $8.30 that day. And what you'll see is that it made a 100% move of a move. And when you do that in any equity, any stock, anything on a chart, that's one of the things that you want to pay attention to, because oftentimes, most times, John, is when you make a 100% move, and that high out there was really going back to the high that was established when it first went public, the high of $11.90. Now, it made that 100% move of a move. It did that on March the 28th of this year when it got up to a high of $11.75, closed out at $10.72. It did what it was supposed to do, which was pull back. Now, what you do have is you have, on a daily chart, you had a decent sign of strength as it tried to move back up. That's going into the April 18th time frame. It did that with 1.2 million shares. Now, this thing doesn't trade a ton. Looks like maybe the average share volume is in the couple 100,000 range or so, 200 to 300,000 shares. Now, what we'll also do is I'm going to put this on a weekly chart. Because if you're looking to get back in here, there's a signal that's absolutely being given to you. Now, it depends where this closes today. But on the weekly chart, as it also has made that move of a move, meaning it got tested again last week. In fact, it closed just slightly. The close of last week was at 1180, and the high there was 1190. And what you see going on this week is if you get it closed below, and it looks like you will, below 1153, you're trading at 1129 right now, you're going to see a bearish engulfing candle. So you'd want to at least wait till next week to see if you get a close below the open, which on this candle here is 1190. If you do, what this is suggesting is that this thing wants to go ahead and retrace and pull back. If we take a look at possible areas where this thing could pull back to you, number one, the first area would be a 0.382 retracement of the entire move up, which would take you down into the $9.17 range. More likely, this thing could actually pull back into the sweet 618 area, which would get into about the $7 range, $6.96. So what you want to do, you've made some money on this, sounds like, which is a beautiful thing, nice trade. And what I would do is I would be a little patient here, especially since you're up at these highs, and when we take a look at the volume, this thing really broke out on the weekly chart, coming back to that 618 area. You see this volume pattern right here? This is where my cursor's at?
Yeah.
Okay, so where the real breakout is, when you're taking a look at a chart, when you see volume like this, is the lowest volume session. That happens to be the week of February 24th. Stocks will often pull back to those areas, which happens to be the 0.618 retracement area. So that's what I would do. That's what I would look for, okay?
Thanks, Steve. I have a buy-in at the 0.618. So.
You're the man. You were just testing me.
Well, no, I was getting nervous. Thank you very much.
You bet. Have a great day. You bet. Folks, stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next. Then we go to Basil Chapman, Nico DeHaan to get you healthy, and we're here to get you wealthy, folks. Take care. We'll be right back.